Hey, what's up, everybody? So, thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Gene Boykin. All right. I am the founder of the GoGetter Family Real Estate Investing Academy. And tonight, I am bringing you some game in my 30 Lives in 30 Nights edition. All right. And I am going super hard, man, these next 30 days because we'll be having a challenge coming up soon. And I want to give you guys all of the game for that challenge. All right. So, what I'm talking about tonight, because I hear this all the time because I talk to so many people. There's a lot of people that want to learn more about this investing strategy that we use, and they want to become part of the Go Getter Family movement. And when I talk to them, sometimes I'll talk to people with some real estate investing experience, and one of the major things that I hear about is how they almost got a deal. Almost, man. Like they're always losing deals, and there are a number of things that they're doing wrong that's really causing them, I wouldn't say causing them to lose the deal, but causing them to not get the deal, if that makes any sense. But it's a fine line that we walk. All right. And real estate, guys, is one of the best ways that you can build wealth. All right. One of the best ways. And there's a number of ways that you can do real estate investing with no money. No money, man. I'm telling you. Now, I'm going to get into it in this video, man. I got some game for you guys, though. So, thank you guys so much for joining me. All right. Don't forget to hit that like button. All right. And if you're new to my channel and you feel like I brought you some value, I want you to consider subscribing. All right. Or you could just be a player about it and hit that subscribe button, man. Get us in the algorithm. We got to get this knowledge out to the everyday hardworking people. All right. But thank you for joining me on the five effective ways that you can stop losing deals in my 30 Lives in 30 Nights edition.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end. We some no quitters. Knock it out the park. We for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere. That's a dome splitter. Yeah. Control our own destiny. Make moves. Cultivate whole legacy. Create a finance. Bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients. Now that's a dope recipe.
Yo, man, thanks for joining me. I'm excited, guys. It is a huge day for the Go Getter family. It's a huge week. It's a huge 30 days, right? 30 lives and 30 nights. And then I'm so excited because hey, I got Obsessions on here again. Okay, Obsessions was on here last night. Obsessions wants to learn this stuff. I like it. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me tonight. So hit that like button for me too, Obsessions. So guys, real estate. Real estate, real estate, real estate. It is the way. All right. It just is. I don't even know any better way to say it because I know that if you're anything like me, right, you you thought real estate, man, for a long time. You wanted to get into real estate, okay? And the reasoning behind wanting to get into real estate, sorry, I'm looking for some notes here. Your reasoning for wanting to get into real estate is because you everybody knows, man, and you've just heard about it so much in your life that real estate is the way to build wealth, right? Buy land because God's not making more of it is one of the sayings, and everybody just, just knows, like intrinsically, that real estate is the way. But the problem lies in this. What we have been taught our entire life about real estate is really just a bold-faced lie. All right. It is a bold-faced lie. And it is unfortunate. Trust me. I mean, it really is, especially like the deeper you get into understanding this knowledge and the nuances and subtleties behind real estate and what you can do just based on language, contracts, just the nuance, all right? And it's very powerful, okay? Because everybody needs a place to live. But we have been taught that we have to have a huge lump sum of money to get into real estate investing, right? You need this big old lump sum of money, or you've got to have good enough credit for a bank to to back you financially, to pretty much invest in you. And then you end up being just a glorified employee of the bank, right? Or sorry, I'm texting my VA. Sorry, guys. Um, Anyhow, we think that we're blocked out of this because we're daydreaming about real estate, man. We want to get into real estate, and then we're like, oh, we wake up from that daydream. Oh, I don't have a lump sum of money. Got to have money to make money, right? Which is a lie. Or I need this good credit. And that's a lie too, but we just don't know the rules. All right. So people go out, right? If you're anything like me, because I was doing this, what up, Mike Show? Jay Moniz, all right, out of Massachusetts. If you're anything like me, I was doing real estate investing the traditional way for 3 years. All right. But I just knew because I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have great credit. So I knew in my nature that I had to find a problem to solve for a person so that I could get their house for under market value because of the way that we think, the way that we are taught to think about real estate is you can do a fix and flip, but you got to go in there and you got to have stuff to fix to add value, right? So you got to do a fix and flip. So I'm thinking to myself, well, if I get a foreclosure, then these people, will sell because they have to move out quickly and stuff like that. So I started reaching out to those people and talking to them before I even had the knowledge to buy their house this way. All right. So this channel, guys. My mission is to give you guys the actionable knowledge that you need to close real estate transactions by becoming the bank and to have an impact on a person's life. Because real estate, man, we all need a place to live. All right. So the first mistake that we make, the first thing that we do that makes us lose a deal is we go into a situation and we're trying to buy that person's house immediately. Immediately, we're trying to buy their house. So, I want you guys, I got a recorded phone call from my a prospect in Denver, Colorado that I just talked to yesterday and the day before, and I'm going to be buying his two houses, maybe more. He owns more than that. But these are the two that are distressed. One of them is worth 1.9 million, and the other is worth 400,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo. All right, and people have this preconceived notion that as soon as they start talking to somebody that's in real estate or a real estate investor, we are trying to beat them. We're trying to beat them, and we got to get their house for super cheap. And this is what he said to me pretty much. He didn't say it in those words, but that's what he suggested or insinuated. So this whole time, right? I didn't say a number, guys, to him until our second call on about the 40th minute was first time I said a number of what we might potentially be able to give him. Yeah, and you heard me, might potentially. Like I doubled up that thing. We maybe can, maybe might can. You know what I mean? Like I didn't say, hey, we're going to be able to get it to you. So we switch it up. If you go into this differently, right? And you're not trying to buy their house initially, you're trying to see what is going on. That's why it's so important to pick a problem. What is happening? What can we help them with? So I want you guys to watch this. All right. I did a power statement. I did my power statement, man. And the guy ate it up, loved it. But I prefaced it with something too. So I don't know if I'm gonna have time to get to that. But these couple of calls, these full calls will be part of my becoming the bank challenge. All right. Uh they will be part of my becoming the bank challenge. So listening to these entire calls, let me make sure this is the right one. Can you guys see it here? Yes. All right, guys, listen to this call, man. It's dope. Let me see if this is the right one though. 46. I think so. Okay. Excited. All right, listen, guys. I do my power statement here. Allowed us because what happens is, Michael, we've got the tools that kind of enable property owners to really to stop their problems and even pull cash out of their properties because what we have a unique way of partnering with property owners to get them out of situations that the traditional ways of real estate just can't do. And we can get a person back in control depending on the circumstances in as little as 24 hours. So we're here to really to fight with you, right? We're here to fight with you.
Well, you're saying the right words.
Hey, like Grandma said, now, person tell you anything, show you everything. I get it. Trust me. So
Okay, so
let me ask you this, Michael. What is it that you're wanting to achieve with all this? I know money, right? Which is,
no, I want no,
Mhm.
no, no. I want out of the property. I live in Denver. Okay, I got plenty of properties in Denver that I got with my strange wife.
Okay.
But I got to move out of Colorado, and I need to have some money to move with to make a significant change. It's not like I don't need enough to go buy another house, but I need to have, I got to have some money to make the move. Because I might be old, but I'm still viable.
Talk to
I do
me.
trucks.
I like it.
I got investments and things. And I'm still a man, and I think I can handle my own. I don't, like I say, I just need something that's going to give me a footing.
Right.
I just need a step.
Yep. Okay.
Because I need time. If I sell this place, I'm gonna be homeless. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I get it.
But I got plans for enough money. If I can get enough money, I'm sure I can make it. But I don't need a lot. But I need some.
Right. Yeah. No, I've been in that situation myself where, I don't need enough money to, get me to my end goal, what I'm envisioning, but I need enough money to get my footing up under me so that I can move forward towards that goal.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. And I really do want to get rid of this property.
Okay.
One thing, it's a headache. I don't even like it. Downtown. I mean, I like it, but I got to get out. Denver is so expensive, man. I had an egg omelet the other day. It cost me $20.
What in the? Okay, guys. So I love this stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that was part of it. All right. That was on the first call with him. Now, you see, guys, I'm not trying to purchase his house. All right. I hope you guys could hear that too. I hope you guys could hear it. I don't know if you could, but I'm not trying to purchase his house at this point. I told, like you heard me say, I want to know what it is you want to achieve with all this, right? And then I got that out of the way. I was like, I know money, right, is part of it. And he said, no, I just want out of this. I just want out of this thing. So I'm going to go to the second call here real quick so that you guys can hear this. All right. And guys, drop some flames in them comments for your boy if you like what you're hearing. Now, this is a real live call, and this is pretty much real time because I just did it yesterday, I think it was. No, not that. All right. Yesterday and the day before yesterday. So can you guys see this? Yes. All right. Now listen to this. Talking to the lender, but my goal, Michael, is to get you as close to that 45 grand as as we can. Hold on, let me rewind it a little bit. This is my goal. We get that done, and you're in a good place, Michael. From what I'm seeing,
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're in actually a very good. To tell y'all these stories of other people that have been in the similar types of situations. This is what we specialize in this. So it's just a matter of getting the moving parts in place, the proper documents, because that's what the in the world. Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to steal, man.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. It is. That is exactly what they're doing. So but this is really, Michael, this is kind of the situations that we specialize in. That's why I was able to tell y'all these stories of other people that have been in the similar types of situations. This is what we specialize in this. So it's just a matter of getting the moving parts in place, the proper documents, because that's what they're all about. And we get that done, and you're in a good place, Michael, from what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're in actually a very good place to where, I remember you said that down there in Cancun, you could damn near live like a king with a brand new house for about 45 grand.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah, so this is my goal, Michael, and because we had a great conversation yesterday. We weren't really talking numbers, but we couldn't really because we just needed something more solid to stand on. So
Right.
after looking over this paperwork and the numbers that I see here, that's before, talking to the lender. But my goal, Michael, is to get you as close to that 45 grand as as we can.
Okay, that's great. That sounds great.
Yeah, that's my goal here. Now, I don't want you to hold my feet to the fire if I can't, but I don't. I feel like if I can't, it's you're gonna be a stone throws away from it anyway. So it would,
Okay.
yeah, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But that's just my professional opinion right now. So what we're gonna need, I'm gonna have to get a couple documents together, that affidavit of heirship. And there's one more, and I'm gonna have to just tap in with my attorney real quick because I cannot remember it for the life of me. But once we do that, and then you got to get your mother's death certificate.
I can do that.
Okay, cool. So you get your mother's death certificate, and then I'm gonna find out this other document too. I just do not know why I can't remember it, and I'll see if you're the one. Oh, let me get to this part. Who has to get that, or if we can provide it and you don't have to get it because you're your mother's son, then I'll get it together for you and get that sent to you. You get it executed properly. Now there's a couple. All right, guys. So one of the big things there, all right, this is one of the huge reasons why people lose deals is because they go in trying to buy that property, guys. This was my second call, and what you just heard there, all right, on that very last segment was the very first time where I said what number I was going to try to give him. That was the very first time, and that was on the second call, nearly halfway through the second call. And I did that because when you go in just saying, here's how much I'll give you for your house, it creates a cold climate, man, of a transactional climate. All right. It creates a transactional climate where nobody cares, man. You just want to give them the money and they give you their house. And this guy, according to PropStream, he owns 10 houses. Now I'm going to show you just one more clip where I go into his other house, right? That's worth 1.9 million. Guys, 1.9 million, and he's happy with what I say, but I am solving his problem on the first house first, right? One thing at a time. We can't have in our mind how much money am I going to make off of this person, right? That's the second thing. So you don't go in initially trying to buy their house. Don't do that. There's a way that you open these conversations because we have to build credibility with this person and counsel them. That's the C in the ACEs system. All right. So you don't go in trying to buy the house. All right. And then the second thing is we have to gain their trust. And you don't gain their trust by acting like every other investor. That's why it's important to have several tools in your tool belt. All right. Several tools in your tool belt. So I'm talking to a student of mine today, and he's got this house that has a reverse mortgage on it. Well, he went and talked to the lady. All right. He went and talked to her, and she was saying she wanted 240,000. Okay, but she owes 153 or 154 on the reverse mortgage. Now, a reverse mortgage, no, you have to be 62 years or older to get that, to qualify for it, and then you borrow that money against the equity in your property. That's what a reverse mortgage is, and then you don't make any payments on it until 3 months after you move out. Well, if you're 62 years or older and you don't have to make any payments till 3 months after you move out, you're usually in a nursing home or in the grave. So they're really trying to exploit you, right? They're predatory loans, in my opinion, right? So they go in, they foreclose on your home, right? So anyway, this lady has a reverse mortgage, and my student, he didn't use his seller presentation initially like he should have, but he set an appointment for next Wednesday to go over that so he can offer these terms that I'm about to tell you guys about, because we have to gain their trust and show them that we're trying to get them to their goal, all right? To their goal. And understanding having more than one way to do a transaction is what is going to do that for you. So he finds out that she really only needs $40,000 for her, because she's moving to an assisted living. She only needs $40,000, and then she only needs, of that $40,000, $600 a month. So he doesn't even have to pay the whole $40,000. to her. He can pay her 40,000, but $600 a month until that 40,000 is paid off, because that's what she needs. But what he was trying to do was, he's got a partner, and him and his partner, the partner has the money. So the partner was going to just pay off the entire reverse mortgage. I said, bro, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. All you got to do is, when she moves out, you've got 3 months from the time that they can foreclose on that reverse mortgage. So you tell her you can pay her $40,000 of her equity out over time, though, $600 a month with no interest. So now she's giving you a $40,000 loan. We're not going to pay that to her in a big chunk. You're going to pay it $600 a month until that 40,000 is paid off. Then you get the house under contract, an agreement for deed, and you record that. Okay. And you just have to make her mortgage payments. But with a reverse mortgage, there are no mortgage payments. The amount that she owes, it goes up every month. That's all. That's what happens with the reverse mortgage. So there's no payments. But now he's got control of this house. He's paying her $600 a month. All right, on 40,000. Then all he has to pay for, guys, or get the money for, are the repairs to the house. So then he fixes that house up in 2 weeks, a month, puts it on the market, and sells it for the 240 that it's worth. Well, now he has paid for his repair costs when selling it for 240, paid for his repair costs of 25 to 35,000, and then paid off that $153,000 reverse mortgage, and he's got $45,000 profit, and he's only paying $600 a month on that equity payout. Now, I hope I didn't lose you guys there, but I wanted to break that down, because that second thing is you don't go into a situation thinking, how much money can I make off this person? You have to go into this situation thinking, what do I need to do to solve this person's problem? How can I get this person to their goal? Forget about the money. Don't think about the money. Don't think about the numbers until you find out what their problem is, guys. And then what they want to achieve. What is their goal? That is your barometer right there. Those are your barometers. That's what tells you how much money you're going to need to get this deal done. How much money will it cost you to solve their problem? What do they need? Right? Well, how much money will it cost you to get to their goal? That's the money you need. And then we can take care of that existing mortgage on our exit strategy, whether we put a tenant buyer in there, or we just wholesale it, or whatever. Right? So the third thing, the third way to stop losing deals, right? To be more effective is, I'm going to show you a little bit of a phone call here. All right. A little bit of this phone call. So let me get this back up here. A couple ways we can do it, because we can do the notarizing just over Zoom. If you need
I got notarized.
All right. So yeah, we just got to get those documents, the documents notarized, when you sign them. So that way, when we call into the lender, all right. Now this is what we do too. Now because there's certain paperwork that we need you to authorize. So it's kind of a little bit of a chain, right? Because you pretty much inherited the property, being your mother's heir. So
right.
So therefore, I guess in legal terms, you in essence, you are your mother as it pertains to this mortgage,
yes,
and this house, right? So what happens with us, depending on how, because there's several ways that we can do it. We can buy it outright, and just cash, which you're gonna get what you need, regardless. That's not even. I'm just talking about this mortgage debt, really, because that's the lump sum, right? That's like the big sum. So we can do it a couple of different ways, where depending on what the amount is, we can just pay it off, or we can service that debt. So we would take over the payments on it, catch it up if it's behind.
You mean to the homeowners association?
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about the mortgage on there.
Okay.
That $307,000.
Okay.
So yes,
you can service that.
Yep. We can give you debt relief on that. Take over those payments. Yeah. So it's going to depend on what that payoff is, because this is the thing. We don't necessarily want to go to our bank and borrow money to pay off that mortgage if we don't have to.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that just doesn't make sense. And then also, we've got to pay the bank a bunch of unnecessary fees when that money could go to you instead of going in their pocket.
Exactly.
Right. So if we're able to just go ahead and take over those mortgage payments, then that's what we do. We just make the payments. We don't have to go borrow it. We don't have to go withdraw that from our bank account, that big old lump sum of 300 some thousand. So now that equity that's in there, it gives us more room to maneuver. And in the end, we're a business, right? So we have to make a profit. So if there are fees and things like that, we always have to subtract those off of what we offer.
Right. Okay.
So if we can get those fees out of the way, so they're not, we don't have to worry about paying them to the bank, well, then we can just put those in your pocket.
Oh, that sounds really good.
That's why I love doing what I do, honestly, because we help people in kind of situations where they don't, not a lot of people know how to do this and operate. Okay, guys. I love this stuff, man. So, guys, somebody, J Modi said 11 people in here. There should be 11 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Man, y'all getting the game. Y'all just heard me talking to a prospect, man, and talk to giving you how I talk to them to take over their payments. Right there, man. Boom. So, appreciate that, Jay Moniz. Now, the third thing, I've got my group coaching, my inner circle group coaching in 30 minutes, guys. So I'm gonna give you guys these other 3 points, right? So the third thing, guys, that you want to do with your prospects, especially if you do it the go-getter family's way, of the 4 P's in our ACEs method, you want to create a common enemy with it. Create a common enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So if they're in foreclosure, guess what? The common enemy that you two have is the bank. This guy on his condo, the HOA, he's being foreclosed on for the homeowners association fees. So guess who our common enemy is there? The homeowners association. A common enemy. So now we have something in common. We're up against the same entity, the same person. A common enemy makes you two friends, guys. But you can only do that by asking them questions, right? And being that C in the ACEs method, credibility and counseling. So you're asking questions, you're having a conversation, you're trying to figure out what's going on. This is not just a transaction. You've got to find out what is happening. And you do that by using interrogatives, guys. Interrogatives. Now, the fourth thing is you've got to make it easy for your prospect. All right. They come into the situation thinking that there's so much that they have to do. It's just daunting. It is a daunting task. And by us, letting them know that with us, there's nothing daunting about it. I just need you to authorize some paperwork, and me and my team take care of the rest. All I need is your John Hancock, and we'll do everything else. And then when we need your John Hancock again, we're going to have you do that. And then guess what? After a few John Hancocks, Mr. Prospect, you're getting a deposit into your bank account. It's as simple as that with us. But that's because we go about it differently than most of these other people out here. And they're going to love you. Because they are not a real estate transaction, selling your home, it has been rated as the second most stressful thing that we do in life. And I don't even know what the first thing is, but selling that house is the second thing. All right. And the fifth and final thing, right, that is an effective way for you to stop losing deals, guys. I'm tired of hearing about people losing deals, man, because there's too many of them out here right now. And then the way that the market is shifting, we should be snatching up homes left and right, man, left and right. My lead manager just sent over 15 leads to my acquisitions manager yesterday. Warm leads, guys. Warm leads from my text campaign. I've got a VA that is texting 500 text messages a day, having conversations, finding out these people's motivation, their asking price, and the condition of their house, and then sending them over, right? So she just sent over 15 to my acquisitions manager. 15 warm leads of people who are ready to talk. You know what I'm saying? So all that said, the fifth thing that you want to do with these people is you've got to create an environment of trust. All right. An environment of trust. Now I'm going to go back real quick to this very first part of the phone call that I shared with you guys, because I want you guys to, I've got to get back to the part where I used upfront honesty about myself. Okay. And I made it, just listen, guys, because this is what creates that trusting environment, that trusting climate. All right. So where am I at here?
I had a deal once where I was trying to sell a property, and I shut it down at the closing table because the title company tried to say I had a sales agreement for the amount of the property to be sold. The buyer put up the money for the amount that we agreed on, and then the title company gave me not quite the money that the buyer gave them, claiming that there was outstanding debt, right? But and I'm trying to tell them, I say, wait a minute. I looked at the guy at the end of the table. I say, our agreement is you give me this money. He gets the option to pick the title company. And as far as I'm concerned, you had
already. I'm gonna say that because I can't.
Yeah, I know what the agreement was. You got the bar right there at the closing table. Because I wasn't accepting what the title company was going to give me. Knowing that he put up the full amount.
I understand what you're saying. And this is,
so
yeah,
I get real stupid on this stuff.
Hey, I like you already. I'm gonna say that because I can't.
Yeah, I know what the agreement was. You got the buyer seller's agreement. And I agreed to sell it for amount. He agreed to buy it. He paid that money, and I didn't get it. It's like people getting a paycheck. You agree to work for a guy for $10 an hour, and you get your paycheck, and it's worth 8 hours of work. Right, we agreed to $10 an hour. Nobody asked that question.
No,
I do.
And I'm glad that you do, because that's really what we do as well, which is what has allowed us, because what happens is, Michael, we've got the tools that
$1,000. Make your quad area profit. It's like I'm willing to put up that long ass pipe. Go too far. Because like I know you're looking at me as
listen to this, guys.
In a desperate situation.
Not necessarily.
I want to get out of the property. Yes, I am. I know I'm desperate.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not that desperate because like I'm willing to put up that long ass pipe that I could put up.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I would put up that fight and just to drag it out just until I can get a footing, because I ain't gonna have a place to stay really when I move out of this place. So I'm looking to get a little cash out of the deal. I gotta have some cash so I can make a move.
Absolutely. 100%.
But I'm not, so it depends on where the marketplace is. I understand what your position is. If you can, either you can help or you would like to acquire a property. And if you're looking to acquire the property, you're trying to get it at the very best rate that you can. I understand that also. So like, I'm not expecting to get the market value out of it, but I am expecting to get a couple of dollars out of the deal. Yes. And there's going to be a lot of money left on the table. I know that. A lot. There's a lot of money left on the table because the units are going for $350,000 and $400,000. And I've already made upgrades to the place.
Oh, have you?
So it's not much to be done, but that's what they're done. The marketplace is $350,000 to $400,000, and I don't even owe $350,000. I don't even think I owe $300,000. I think she got a piece of paper that says like 2 and some change. 2 and some change.
Okay, but that grows. That grows month by month.
But it's not quite 3. We don't owe 3. But it's it should leave quite a bit of money. But I got to get some of it. I got to get a couple of dollars out of it.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't even be on the phone with you if I couldn't,
Yeah, but I'm asking you, if you want to make a deal, you're gonna have to make it fair.
I don't deal. And I hope that because my grandma used to tell me, Michael, that a person will tell you anything and show you everything. So I'm hoping that by the end of our dealings as it pertains to this house, that you see that I'm a person who gives fair deals. I don't want you to walk away from this situation saying, man, that fucking Gene. I don't want you to think that. I want you to think, hey, I'm glad I met Gene. Matter of fact, we might talk down the road, right? So I want to be able to show you that.
Yeah, well, you see, I like because I try to be straight up. I'm telling you everything I can tell you about this situation because
Okay, guys. Man, that is gold right there, man. That's gold. So anyway, guys, right there, what I did was I created a trusting environment. When I said, because all we were doing was talking on the phone, right? And you see how he tried to put me in the same stratosphere or the, as other investors, right? And I told him, I said, you know what? My grandma told me that a person will tell you anything but show you everything. So right there, what I did was I told him, like, Michael, I could be sitting here telling you anything because anybody can do that, right? So that was honesty, man. That was honesty. So, hey, guys, the 5 things that you can do to 5 effective ways that you can stop losing deals, all right, are stop trying to buy that house. Don't try to buy the house. Try to solve their problem. Okay. Counsel them. We are counseling them on options. We are the experts here. Okay. We are the experts, not them. They are the prospects. We are the experts. We are the real estate professionals. All right. And then you got to create a common enemy. Create a common enemy. And then the 4th thing, make it easy for the prospect. Take that daunting task out of their vision. It's not daunting anymore because they met you. You'll take care of everything. You are just going to need them to authorize some paperwork. That's it. And then create that trusting climate, guys. If they can trust you, you can do whatever with that house. It doesn't even matter. They trust you. They know that you are on the same side of the table trying to get the same finish line as them. All right. Now I'm going to answer 1 or 2 questions. Then I got to get out of here because I got the 9 o'clock inner circle group coaching. So I do appreciate you guys coming on tonight. And Mike Show says, was that first guy in foreclosure? So both of those calls are the same person. One was the day before yesterday, and then one was yesterday. All right. And so he has, because I start talking to him about his property that's worth 1.9 million near the end of that second call. So that house, because he's what we call comorbid. All right. He's got more than one motivation, more than one problem for us to solve. So there's the probate issue. All right. That's the condo. His mother died. And then he's got the probate issue. And then they're foreclosing on him for the HOA fees, the homeowners association fees on that condo. So that's 2 issues. And then the house that his ex-wife lives in, well, he calls her his estranged wife because they're not legally divorced. That is in pre-foreclosure. And that's the one worth 1.9 million. But the more pressing issue is the condo. All right. So he had a number of problems. But foreclosure is just one of them. Just one of them. And he doesn't see a way out because he's not a professional. He's not a real estate professional. But guess what, guys? We are. So when we hear a person's problem, I don't want you to be like, oh my goodness, oh you got HOA fees. Oh my God, you're in foreclosure. The auction date is when? Nope. I want you to stay calm. If they say the auction is tomorrow, I want no reaction out of you. Oh, it's tomorrow? All right. Well, we're going to get some paperwork over to you tonight to authorize that. So that way we can start working on this thing before the end of business today to get that taken care of. It calms them, guys. All right. It calms them. So I hope that answered your question. Let me see. Help the people and the money will come. I'm telling you. So, guys, we're supposed to be of service to people. So check this out real quick. MQ says, have I seen it to make the offer? So yes, I've seen the inside, and those pictures aren't up to date because PropStream has some MLS pictures, but I've got boots on the ground out there. But it doesn't see the offer that I can make based off of me finding out what he needed, MQ, which was he needs a maximum of 45,000, and he was okay with getting less than half of that. He told me that during the call. But MQ, I can do this one sight unseen. All right. Because 1, it's in a nice condominium building with an HOA. So those have to be kept up to certain standards anyway. Okay. And then 2 is there is so much equity on this house, man. There's so much equity on this house. I can give him his 45,000 and I could calculate a full rehab to that condo for the cost of repairs and still make 20, 30,000. And I know for a fact that it doesn't need a full rehab. I know for a fact because I saw those MLS pictures, but those are kind of old. And then he mentioned that he did do some work, but prospects lie. But it's really based off of the comps. All right, the fact that it's in that condominium and then that amount of equity, man, that's just all room to play, man, all room to play. But I want to tell you guys this real quick. So I invest a lot back into my business, man, like a ton. Oh, and Mike Show. I don't know Mike Show because he's got a reverse mortgage, but his mother died over a year ago and they have not called that loan due yet. So I'm not sure yet, but we can wholesale it. So that's what I love about this is we have options, you know what I mean? So we can wholesale it and get a ton of money, or I can do the wholesale and hold, the Go Getter Family's wholesale and hold method on it. But it just depends on what the HOA requirements are too. So I might just have to wholesale it, but I'll wholesale that. It's a condo, so it's going to be easy as hell to wholesale, and we'll make $40,000-$50,000 easy, man, easy. And I can get a no interest loan from Michael. If he wants 45,000, I can say, you know what, Michael, I'll give you 10,000. All right. And then the other 35,000, I'll pay you over time. And then we create a note, right? A promissory note. Simple as that. And then I tell him what monthly payments, what monthly payments can he handle, right? So, um, do you think finding a buyer for $1 million home will be harder to find since the monthly payment will be expensive? MQ, so not in Denver, okay, just because Denver is a high income city, all right. But what happens is the higher the price of the house, MQ, the smaller your buyer pool gets. So the way your mind was going with that was going in the right direction. Yes, there will be less and less people, the higher that price goes up, that can actually afford to get into that house. So your mind is going in the right direction, absolutely. But yet and still, it's still a house that's available, and we can sell it for under market value, or we can sell it on terms, and that person does not have to jump through the hoops of the bank. So that in and of itself makes our buying pool larger. Now, real quick, I got to tell you guys this story, man. I invest a lot back into my business. I've got a team. I pay my executive coaches a lot of money because I want you guys to be successful. So my executive coaches are high level people, very high level, and they work directly with the students too, as I do, right? But it's just a change and accountability, and we've got student success meetings. So I pay them a lot of money, you know what I mean? And there was a time, right, when I was, and I'm doing it right now. I'm doing an expansion of my businesses. Okay, my coaching business, because I love y'all. I want y'all to win, and it's out there for everybody. But then also my acquisitions business. So a few weeks ago, man, I made $100,000 in a week. All right, but I don't take that money and go out and buy Ferraris and rent private planes and shit, do dumb shit. No, I'm putting that money back into my business, right? So I put a huge sum, man, back into my businesses, and my funds weren't where I wanted them to be. All right, I don't want to say they were low because they weren't necessarily low, but they weren't where I wanted them to be. And somebody called me. All right. Somebody called me, man, that has done things for me just in the not so distant past. Right. And I'm not the type of person of, it's not what you've done for me, but what you've done for me lately. And that means like you'll do something good for a person and that person will forget about it. And then when you need something, they're like, well, it's been a year since you helped me. So no, I can't help. I'm not that type of person. I remember. I got a memory like an elephant. So the person calls me and he says, Gene, I did something with my mortgage, and I can save a lot of money if I pay this amount today. And so I've got this amount of it, and I need $1,000 more. Can you loan me the $1,000, and I'll pay you that 1,000 back next week? And I tell the person, I say, man, I just dumped a ton of money into my business, man, a lot, and my money's not where I want it to be. I said, but God, what did I tell him? I told him, I said, so you're saying you'll have that, by next week is what you're saying, just so I could confirm it. Because what the thought that came through my mind was it says this in the Bible, man, and I believe in God wholeheartedly. All right, y'all. God is my savior, man, and I have utter faith, and he has saved my life. All right. So, everybody has the right to their own beliefs or whatever. I'm not religious, but I'm very spiritual. So, in the Bible, it says, if your neighbor come, and I'm paraphrasing this and I'm getting it completely wrong here, but it's just the point. All right. But it says in the Bible that if your neighbor is cold and comes and asks you for a coat, and you have a coat to give your neighbor, you don't tell your neighbor, um, go forth in safety and be well and come back tomorrow and I'll give you that coat if you have that to give. So that thought crossed my mind because I almost did that. I almost told him to go forth and be well, and come back, tomorrow, pretty much. I almost did that. And I thought to myself, you know what? I got it, and yes, it'll put me less than, where I'm at right this moment, but that don't matter. It's just money. And what I do, the side effect of that is beneficial for me and my family and who I am. And we are here to help and uplift others, man. That's what we're here for. So I said, you know what? Fuck it, dude. I got you, man. And I sent it. Boom. So, and he wasn't supposed to pay me back till next week. Well, I get a text today. He's like, "Hey, something came in. Boom, boom. I've got that for you." And I'm like, "Shit, cool." So sends it, and then guys, then I get another call, and it's someone in my business, and that was $10,000. Then guys, I get another call. So I made 20,000 today, and I got a private investor for my house that I'm taking possession of on the 1st, where I don't have to pay that $20,000 down payment. I don't have to pay that first monthly mortgage payment, and I don't have to pay for the repairs. And we're splitting the profit after he gets his money back, the 27,000 that he's going to put in on our down payment. Then we split the profits from there. So I'm not putting any money in on this house. So all of these good things just started to cascade in when right before that, I was like, man, I'm not where I want to be because I just put all this money in my business, and God and the universe was testing me right there, trying to see if I really coveted money, more than I did, if I loved money more than I love my brothers and my sisters. And it was a test. So we're tested every day, guys, every freaking day. What are you going to do with that test, man? What are you going to do? How would you feel if you were in a position in life now, right, where a person would even call you and ask you for something like that because they know that if, they're not calling you because you're broke, right? How would you feel to even be in a position like that so you could take care of your loved ones, man? And my family, guys, I tell everybody this, man, none of my family has the same blood as me. All right. None of them except my daughter. Other than that, those are relatives, man. Now my couple my cousins now I love y'all too now. My cousin now, that's family. But none of my family, man, for the most part, has the same blood as me. My family is are people that God gave me throughout my life, man. And I know a lot of people that are like that. I see somebody on here now that we were discussing something like that, right? So how would you feel to be in a position to be able to help that person? But you're going to be tested, all right? What type of work are you going to put in to yourself? Huh? We go to work every day, man. We go put in these 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day for a place that we don't want to be. So why can't you take an hour out of your day and put that into yourself? And I'm not talking to you guys that are on here because I see a lot of regulars, man. I love y'all. I do, man. I see a lot of regulars on here. Y'all are learning. So this is why I'm giving you guys so much game, because y'all are on here. You want it. And I'm hoping that you do what I did when I found this knowledge. You soak it in, man. You devour it, dude. I locked myself in my basement for months, just taking it in, because it was so exciting to me. And I was watching lives, man, and watching, like I was doing exactly what you guys are doing. So, people, if you're working 8, 10 hours a day, you're supposed to set aside an hour a day for yourself to learn, grow, get your knowledge, work towards your goal outside of selling your time to somebody else. All right. And if you sell your time, listen, this is not an indictment against you. It is not. But there are too many side hustles out there, not for you to have another stream of income. All right. So if you guys do want another stream of income that is super easy and you can make money while you sleep, become a GoGetter family affiliate and just repost my videos on TikTok with your link. And if somebody buys that course from your link, guess what? You just made nearly $50 and you didn't even have to make a video. You didn't have to do anything but repost that video, man. And you repost a bunch of my videos, and soon enough, your TikTok page has a following. Or if you created an extra TikTok page just for that, it has a following. And people are buying that course, and you're getting notifications on your phone in the middle of the night while you're sleeping that you got a deposit into your bank account. I'm giving y'all the game, man. I love y'all. I want y'all to win. I want y'all to win. I'm teaching you guys how to be real estate investors, which is one of the best way, one of the best, if not the best way to build wealth in the world. And then I'm giving you guys another way to generate income on the internet, the digital economy. Another one of the best ways to make money. And I'm trying to give you guys the way to do it without needing to come from a rich family, man, or have great credit or have a bunch of money saved up over the years. What are you going to do with it? What? So, guys, I love y'all. All right. I got to get up out of here. I do appreciate you guys for joining me. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel and you feel like I brought you some value, consider subscribing. All right. But I'm out of here. Till next time, let's get to it, y'all.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end. We some no-quitters. Knock it out the park. We for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere. That's a dome splitter. Yeah. We control our own destiny. Make moves. Cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance. Bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients. Now that's a dope recipe.